So tell me if this has happened to you. You went on a date, it was great, he even sent you like a thank you text, I had such a lovely time, and then you didn't hear from him for a week or two. Asking your friends to go over the date with you and dissect his text messages. The answer is right here, okay? It's all about energy. Not a matter of liking you or you're not pretty or skinny enough. His energy, but it's less personal and it's more just about where they're at in life.
Of course, I'm not like the other girls. Your mom even agrees. Yeah, I talked to your mom. I found her on Facebook just a little bit, and I found your boss and some of your coworkers. They seem like really awesome. I'm gonna fit right in. Where are you going?
Okay, if you date men, do you have any red flags you look for in them, and what are they?
1, if he refers to women as females. 2, if he says he's not a feminist. 3, if he says he wouldn't date anyone darker than him. 4, if he believes in or cares about the concept of a body count. 5, if he mansplains. 7, if I ask him if he wants to get his nails painted and he responds, ew, no. 9, if I say that I do not want to do something or have a certain conversation and he forces the issue, that means he doesn't understand that no means no. Red flag. 12, if he doesn't respect people's pronouns. 13, if he says he wouldn't date a trans woman.
Guys, you cannot make this stuff up, okay? A lot of these girls, gentlemen, they're on a path where they're going to be alone by the time that they hit 40. And the thing about it is, guys, is they often explain why they're going to be alone along the way. That last woman that we just watched right there, guys, the amount of issues that she said would be deal breakers are just absolutely insane. Right, we're going to be going through some of the reasons why women get absolutely rejected, gentlemen, because the thing is, these girls, as they start to run out of time, guys, you know, they start to clamor and look for a guy, and a lot of them really struggle, okay, because a lot of them all throughout their 20s and 30s, they think that they can get away with anything, but when they run into a dude who has self-respect, who has his crap together, you know, they're just not wanted, okay? But gentlemen, we're going to be cracking into today's video starting from the beginning, so make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments, gentlemen. And without further ado, let's just jump right into the video.
So tell me if this has happened to you. You went on a date, it was great, he even sent you like a thank you text, I had such a lovely time, and then you didn't hear from him for a week or two. Asking your friends to go over the date with you and dissect his text messages. The answer is right here, okay? It's all about energy.
The answer is, it's got nothing to do with energy. Like, guys, any girl who sits here and like tries to tell you like, oh, energy, spirituality, star signs. No. Okay, let's just make this real simple, okay? You were highly attracted to the guy, you know, and he sold you a little bit of a dream. He, you know, texted you and said that he had a nice time. And then he didn't want to deal with you anymore. You see, this kind of crap, guys, if you go on a date, right, if you're an average guy and you go on a date and then after the date you message the girl and you say, like immediately as soon as you get home or, you know, that night, and you get home and you say, thanks, I had a great time, when can I see you next? That girl's interest in you will just absolutely plummet. These girls are out here, they're having a rough time, and I use that in quotations because Chad is rejecting them, guys. You see, this kind of crap doesn't fly for a normal guy. These girls will be like, oh, he love bombed me. And you only really get away with that if you're an attractive dude.
Not a matter of liking you or you're not pretty or skinny enough. His energy, but it's less personal and it's more just about where they're at in life.
No, it's not. You see, that's the thing, guys, is like anytime a girl gets rejected, she wants to, you know, change it and be like, oh, well, he's just at a different place in life or he has different energy. No, there's a good chance, you know, maybe he wasn't attracted to you and that's that. Right? These girls will be like, oh, it's not because I'm not pretty enough or this or that. There are guys out there who, you know, if they have options, they're not going to deal with you if they don't find you attractive. And, you know, you can't really complain about that since vice versa is very true.
And it's more just about where they're at in life.
Of course, I'm not like the other girls. Your mom even agrees. Yeah, I talked to your mom. I found her on Facebook just a little bit, and I found your boss and some of your coworkers. They seem like really awesome. I'm gonna fit right in. Where are you going?
A lot of you guys think I'm joking when I bring up like Instagram and stuff like this. Like I will oftentimes make the point, guys, that girls will absolutely stalk your social media and they will make a judgment about you from your social media. Okay, and a lot of guys are like, you know, oh, you know, girls don't do that or whatever, and that can't be real. Guys, I'm telling you, if a girl even looks if you have a conversation with a girl and she's like the slight bit interested in you, and that could be like in the future as someone, so let's just say you've got money and she's not even attracted to you, she's still gonna stalk your Instagram. Right, these girls, they measure up all the dudes around you, guys. I'm telling you, if you've broken up with a girl, gentlemen, she will periodically check your social media to just make sure that you're not becoming too successful without her. And then make no mistake, guys, like if you break up with a girl, right, and then you go to the gym and you start making some money and, you know, you got a nice watch on here and there, you take professional photos, you know, with the lens with the low aperture and crap like that. These girls will stalk your social media and they'll feel like they're missing out on something. It's not about love, guys. A lot of these girls, they sincerely have a fear of missing out, and the way that they judge your value a lot of the times is just through social media, guys. These girls view the entire world through social media. They'll stalk your family, they'll stalk your friends, your occupation, how much you're earning, your previous girlfriends, stuff like that, guys. Like, you would not believe the depth that these girls go to sometimes. Which is highly creepy, by the way.
Okay, if you date men, do you have any red flags you look for in them, and what are they?
1. If he refers to women as females. 2.
That's a really interesting thing, right? Because it's so stupid. Here's the thing, right, guys? I use, you know, males, females, girls, boys. A lot of you guys get mad because I use the word boys. Like, I just use anything to describe people, but these girls actually think that it goes that deep. You know what I mean? I'll do videos, guys, where we cover girls who will say females. Nobody bats an eye. Right, I say the word females, and everybody loses it. You know that meme, right, from Batman. Everyone just loses their mind, guys. And it's really stupid, right? I hear girls describe women as females all the time, but as soon as a guy says it, it's like, oh, you know, you're dehumanizing us. It's like, no, it's just a word used to describe you, bro. Can you just relax? Next one. If he says he's not a womanist.
If he says he's not a feminist. 3.
Can you guys imagine, right, if dudes were out here and they were like, you know what, I refuse to date a woman. Let's just say you're a Christian, right? Which is, a lot of guys have this, to be fair, but like, let's just say, you know, I refuse to date a woman unless she's Christian. Girls are going to be like, ugh, you know? Like, it's fine for them to have standards or things that, you know, they won't date outside of or they won't date inside of. But if you as a guy mention something that you won't date outside of, guys, any type of standard a man has will be shamed, guys. Will absolutely be shamed.
3. If he says he wouldn't date anyone darker than him. 4. If he believes in or cares about the concept of a body count.
Yeah, guys, if you believe in something real, she won't date you, guys. What do you mean? Like, look at this, okay? If he believes in or cares about the concept of a body count. So if he believes in the concept of that's like me saying, like, do I believe in computers? Like, what? Computers exist, bro. You know? I don't understand this logic. Like, you see, what they're trying to do, guys, is they're trying to remove all accountability, okay? Because here's the thing, guys, is, let me give you a quick example. If you get married to a woman, which, by the way, don't do. I don't care if you're, guys, don't get married in the year 2022, okay? But here's the thing. If you get married to a girl, the odds of you having an unsuccessful marriage increase with every partner that she's had, guys. This is not some concept or, you know, guys, this is literal statistics, okay? Girls who have a promiscuous past make more unstable partners. And that's just the truth, guys. You know, you can choose not to appreciate that. You can choose to appreciate that. But to not believe in that, guys, it's like, if you, back in the day, guys, if you had a wife who had a promiscuous past, she just wouldn't be a wife. And that held together the family unit, believe it or not, right?
5. If he mansplains.
Again, just, you know, openly saying things on platforms that are somehow allowed. See, this is just completely fine, guys. You know, dudes mansplaining. There was a video that I covered very early in the channel, guys. It was like, I think it was actually Australian politicians, right? And one of the women said the word mansplains, like some dude in the chamber was mansplaining to her, and she got absolutely roasted. But in society, guys, particularly TikTok, oh, this stuff's allowed to fly absolutely everywhere, you know? What if we started saying womansplaining, right? You see, it's okay when it's dudes, but it's not okay when it's women. It's really weird how that works.
7. If I ask him if he wants to get his nails painted and he responds, ew, no. 9. If I say that I do not want to do something or have a certain conversation and he forces the issue, that means he doesn't understand that no means no, right?
You see, what she's trying to do, guys, is just remove accountability. Anytime a guy asks me a question that I don't want to answer, if he pushes for an answer, it's a red flag. Maybe it's actually pertinent information that he needs to know. You see what I'm saying? But like what she's trying to do is saying, I don't need to divulge anything. I can just have all of my past and all of the terrible things about me completely absolved. And if he doesn't absolve me of my decisions, then he's a bad person. He's a red flag. That's crazy.
Red flag. 12, if he doesn't respect people's pronouns. 13, if he says he wouldn't date a trans woman.
Oh, absolutely.
And do I even need to talk about the last two right there, guys? Like, so it's a red flag in a man if he won't date a trans woman. But what if he's not attracted to trans women? Like what, dude? This is what I'm talking about, right? Is girls will just openly shame dudes for things that are perfectly natural, by the way. Like, the majority of the population is interested in the opposite gender. Like, what even is that? Let's have a look at this. This says, when you go on a date with a quote-unquote woke womanist dude.
And I do believe there is something to be said about this sort of, how do I put this, willing ignorance, right? This sort of duality between that consciousness of being aware in such manner and yet readily marginalizing that intersectionality. It's very profound. These conversations are intrinsically multifaceted, right? There are different angles to be looking at this from, and it's crucial to juxtapose that contrast within those realms of varying
I feel sick, guys. Like, my animated character that you see right now, he's going to start losing hair on the screen.
perspectives. And it's sort of the case where, you know, are we asking ourselves the right questions, or are we all just sort of victim to the cause itself? It's suffocating, to be quite frank. It's paralyzing. But having these conversations is extremely vital in fundamental change, and being able to sort of step back and look at this from a bird's eye view and not just a worm's eye view. And that, of course, begs the ever aching question of whose bird is this, right?
So do y'all...
All right, thank hell that that's over. But just a point to make on this, guys, girls, here's the thing about being a quote-unquote male womanist, right? Girls don't respect you. You know what I mean? They're not interested in you. They'll be happy to have you as a quote-unquote ally, right? But they don't respect you, they don't care about you, and they're not attracted to you. That's the thing, guys, is like a lot of times when these dudes, they think that they're getting in girls' good books by being like, yeah, equality, yeah, this and yeah, that. And the girl's just like, yes, another idiot, another simp, basically. But they don't respect the men at all, right? They know a lot of the things that they say are absolute bullcrap. And I've just noticed this, by the way. What is going on? We got the sleeve tattoos. We got the rainbow hair, just obviously in the center of the hair only, right?
Whose bird is this, right?
So do y'all remember the infamous three-way call on Mean Girls?
No.
You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Well, I just did one last night, okay? Hear me out. So I had matched with a really handsome guy, tall, okay? So you knew he wasn't from the valley.
You gotta love how the first thing that these girls mention all the time, guys, like what is the first thing that these girls always mention? It's height. I tell you what, guys, like if you watch a few of my videos, you understand that girls are just as superficial, man. Like they might not say it, okay? They'll be like, yeah, I like a guy with a dad bod. That's not true, guys. Go to the gym, okay? And most of all, don't do it for the girls, okay? Do it for yourself, but please understand these girls are lying to you. All right, any guy who thinks like, yeah, I'm just gonna get fat and eat Cheetos and I expect to get girls, is like, bro, you know what I mean? Just go to the gym. Do it for yourself anyway. It's really, really good for you. But man, these girls will just straight up lie to you. Like those street interviews that you see, right, where girls will answer the question, be like, oh, I don't care how a guy looks as long as he's consistent and he cares about me and he tells me I'm beautiful. It's like, just do the complete opposite of that. Generally speaking, guys, the complete opposite of that will just be way more effective.
Because he was tall. He was drinking the water on the outskirts, okay? He actually grew a little bit. Okay, I'm done. So anyways, handsome guy, single, mid-30s. Se encariñó conmigo. Y yo me encariñé con él. Just for a little bit. Just for like an hour, okay? And so I sent him a good morning text. Y se me fue la onda, and I hadn't heard back from him. So I went to go look at the message. I'm like, okay, did I hit send? It never delivered. I don't have a 956 phone number. Okay, I have 661 Kern County. Okay, Bakersfield, California. And I was like hitting up my cousin, and I said, cousin, call this number. Let me know if it rings. And if it does, hang up right away, okay? My cousin.
You see how creepy this crap is, right? Imagine if this was reversed. All the girls would be like, oh, that's so weird, man. Like, why? Like, if she's blocked you, if she's, if she's not responding, just leave it be. Why? Here's the thing. Why can't you take no for an answer? As the previous girl in the video said, why can't you just take the disinterest as a sign? Why can't you just take, he didn't want to have a conversation with you, obviously. So why are you pushing the issue? Don't you know that, no means no, right? But see, as long as it's reversed, guys, everything's hunky-dory. Right? Everything's totally fine. This woman literally, this is what girls do, man. I'm telling you. A lot of you guys think I'm crazy when I say this, okay? They will stalk you. They will press for information about you. They'll talk to your friends. They'll ask, like, oh, who's his previous girlfriend? Has he ever talked to you? Like, all this kind of stuff, guys. They'll do, like, a full background check on you as a guy, especially if they're attracted to you, right?
Bless her heart. Calls, and he answers. And then she texts me, she's like, homegirl, like, he answered. And I said, oh, hell no. Hell no. I said, let's three-way call this. Okay, let's call him. And she's like, yeah, she didn't even know how to do it, so I had to walk her through the whole process. I'm like, add the call, and then the moment he answers, merge it. Mute yourself and let me talk. Pinche ojete. Blocked me for no reason.
Bro, I'd block you too. What is that? Leave the guy alone. If he doesn't want to talk to you, he doesn't want to talk to you. Right? How crazy is that, guys? Like, this woman got her friend or a cousin or whatever the hell she said the other person was, does a three-way call with this guy to try and call him out. This guy isn't your boyfriend. He's not your husband. He's not your fiance. This guy doesn't owe you anything. Okay? I want you to notice, guys, how, like, all of the quote-unquote, like, he owes me or they owe me, it's always like the woman says the man owes them something. As soon as it's vice versa, everybody has an issue. Like, oh, you bought a drink for me and you expect something in return, right? Everybody knows that the drinks mean something, but girls want to say like, oh, I thought he was just being nice, right? Like, oh, I didn't know he had any, he had any intentions or he was interested in me. But if you go out there, guys, and you buy a drink for a girl in front of your girlfriend, oh, all of a sudden it's like, it's a storm, guys,
Oh, come on, like, grow a pair and just let me know, like, I'm the greatest thing in the whole wide world and you just can't handle me, you know what I mean? Like,
oh my.
I was like, this little bitch. Straight up, I was like, hey, what's up? He's like, and then right away when I said, hey, it's Selena, his tonality changed. And I was like, what's up? Like, hey, did you block me? He's like, yeah. Did I do anything wrong? Like, why? He's like, just because. Excuse me? Just because? I was baffled. And all I could say was, okay, take care. Makes sense why you're 35 years old and you're still fucking single. You know that?
Yeah, it's almost like it's by choice. Crazy that. Like, these girls, man. Yeah, he couldn't possibly. This 35-year-old attractive man who seems, I would assume has his life together. It sounds like it, because this girl is, what did she say? She's from like California or something like that, right? This 35-year-old man who's attractive probably has his crap together by that age. Maybe he's single because he wants to be single. But you see, it's easier to say, oh, he's single because he treats women poorly, rather than accept that he doesn't want to deal with you. I want you guys to notice like the length that these girls will go to in order to rationalize why a man isn't interested in them. It's never their fault, right? It's never like, oh, he's uninterested in me because I'm absolutely crazy, right? Or he's never uninterested in me because I act a certain way or because I do X, Y, Z. No, it's always, he's not interested in me because of some spiritual crap. He's not interested in me because, he hasn't got his life together, or he treats women poorly, or he's got little D energy. Like, we've all heard it, right? All of these excuses, rather than accepting that, hey, maybe the guy just isn't interested in you, right?
That guy I'm talking to?
Who, Ethan?
No, Tyler.
What about Chad?
I stopped talking to Chad because he introduced me to Michael.
I thought it was James.
No, James is the guy I met on Tinder but had really bad commitment issues.
I thought it was Brad.
No, Brad was one that ghosted me, and that's when I started talking to Garrett.
First of all, why would anybody ask you about your body count? What does that have to do with them? If you say you slept with 2 guys, he's gonna say you're lying. If you say you slept with 55, he's gonna say don't ever tell.
Let's go back here, okay? Is it bad to lie about your body count to a significant other? This woman is making the argument that it shouldn't matter at all. I'm going to play that one more time and kind of address it like in smaller parts.
First of all, why would anybody ask you about your body count?
Because it's not just your past, right? It's an indicator of your future. If you've been out there and you've been with 22 dudes, like, why would the guy come along, be number 23, and expect to marry you, and that marriage is going to last, right? Don't get married anyway, guys. You already know the drill. But if you, let's just lowball it, okay? And you're a 30-year-old woman, and you have a count of 22, right? We're just going to completely lowball it, okay? You have a count of 22 at age 30. Now you are looking for a husband, okay? That guy, is he supposed to, with that in mind, come along, be number 23, and expect that relationship to last? And if it does last, which statistically it will not, okay? But if it does last, is he to expect that you won't go out there and try and find another guy? Gentlemen, there's a study, maybe one of you guys can link it, but it's something like 7 to 12 or 7, every partner that you have as a woman increases your odds of cheating by something like 7 to 12%. Or something like that. Like, guys, maybe someone of you can mention the study below, but guys, like, these numbers matter. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason back in the day that you couldn't have a count when you were getting married, right? There's an absolute reason for that. And that secured the strength of the family unit, guys. You know what I mean? It's like, it absolutely does matter. And the reason it matters is because it's an indicator of your future, all right?
What does that have to do with them? If you say you slept with 2 guys, he's gonna say you're lying.
Yeah, and the reason he says you're lying is because you're lying, right? Like, let's not pretend people are stupid here. You know, it's like, can we stop having this idea that guys are just this stupid? A guy will say you're lying because he knows you're lying, right? You know, like, these girls, man, I'm telling you, they'll get to like 27, right? They'll be like the most fluent person in how to do makeup, right? And they'll be hitting the town every weekend, and they'll be like, you know what? I've had 4 partners. I've had a count of 4, right? And meanwhile, she's been hitting the town every weekend since she was 20. It's like, yeah, a guy's going to think you're lying because you are lying, right? Like, but we just have to go out here and assume that dudes don't know any better.
You say you slept with 55, he's gonna say don't ever tell.
Yeah, I can't say a lot of that on YouTube, right? But the thing is, the reason why he would probably use that adjective is because it's objectively true. If you Google the definition of that word, I'd say 55 pretty much covers it, right? But again, guys, you're not allowed to... You see, these girls, what they want to do is they want to take a word and then just like completely separate the meaning as if it doesn't mean that anymore, right?
He's taking me somewhere. So this is my fit. I call this homeless chic. Don't ever chew gum like this in public. It's disgusting.
You do not hear from a man 48 hours after your first date. Done.
She cheated on me on Christmas, so I did this.
Yeah. Clothes and everything.
What the going on? Because this is my stuff.
Yeah,
This is my
yeah, it is your so get your and get the out.
What?
Get the out. Get your and get the out.
For what?
Get the not. Who was Zoe?
Who?
Zoe.
Oh.
I don't know.
Zoe, you stop playing that. The dude already showed me the message. I'm on it. Just
I
be
don't
real.
know. So what are you talking about?
You don't know. So if I hit him up, you're not gonna know him.
My coworker?
Oh, yeah. Now you remember, huh?
Look at that, right? At first, she didn't. Props to this guy. That's pretty funny, right? I haven't seen that where he's like giving her back her possessions to say get out of the house on Christmas. But notice, guys, how it went from I don't know the guy to he's a coworker, right?
You know him. You've been around, so that's my coworker. That's like my friend. That's like my partner. I know his girlfriend.
Yeah, well, does his girlfriend know that you him? Do your girlfriend know you're your partner? Quote unquote.
We my brother, like my bro.
Doesn't see? I know how that gang. Just get. It's cool. I'm not tripping. Get your and get out. Just get
like
your things. Bro,
you're gonna go by with somebody else.
Get your things and get the out, please.
You're gonna do this on Christmas Eve.
You're going to do this. That's crazy, man. This woman, I'm going to pull that back, right? So this woman cheated on the dude with a guy at work, right? Is what it sounds like. And at the end of that, right? She said, you're going to do this to me, right? Like how, guys, how absolutely insane is that? Right? 2022, I swear, man, it's just going to be the year of just absolutely everybody cheating on each other, you know, polyamory. These girls trying to collect 4 boyfriends at a time, and then they're going to cry when you don't take them seriously, right? Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. But one more thing as well is like, notice how, right, so we went from she didn't know the guy to he was the coworker, okay? Guys, if you ask a girl a question and then the answers shift, right? So like you ask a girl the question and then she gives you an information, right? Then you ask the girl a question again and maybe slightly different, or the same question, and her information changes, like in a nonsensical way. And guys, just call the relationship there. Just call it off right there. That girl is absolutely lying to you, because what they're doing is they're trying to tell you the least amount possible while saving their own skin. It's such a, look at how she does it on the fly as well, man. On the fly, this woman is like, she's twisting the truth. She's been basically ambushed in this sense, right? Is able to twist the truth and then at the end turn around and blame him. That's wild, man. That's absolutely wild. Like, wow.
I do this on Christmas Eve.
So I personally have experienced and have seen an epidemic trend in the dating world where nobody wants to actually have a relationship. They want all of the aspects of it.
You know what? I'm not going to even say anything.
But they don't want the commitment.
That's crazy.
A little background is I'm 30 years old.
Single mother?
Trying to date. It's really hard.
You got a kid?
And no one wants to be open and honest or just straightforward in general. I 100% know that this is because so many people don't want to be held accountable for the things they do.
Wow, that's crazy, guys. You know, you get to 30 years of age, right? You haven't managed to secure a boyfriend, and then you've got to turn around and blame others for not having any accountability. It's like, my man, you could have had a boyfriend a long time ago. Like, let's not beat around the bush here. But here's the thing, okay? And this is really funny, right? Because a lot of girls, and you guys already know, maybe you've watched more episodes on this channel, okay? We sometimes go over to the Reddit called Dating Over 30, right? And a lot of these girls who get over 30, they start trying to, you know, date that guy who's 35, 40, whatever. And oftentimes the guys who have gotten to 35, 40, maybe they've been divorced, right? They've been through a few relationships. They've been around the block and they start to understand how things work. Those guys are not going to put up with you anymore. They're just absolutely not. Because the thing is, a lot of guys who are experienced and of that age, they've been through life enough to understand that it's not worth that, right? Yeah, you can be a bit of fun, but, you know, a guy's 35, he's got some money in the bank, you know, maybe he's got a couple properties, you know, money invested, whatever. The guy's been hitting the gym, he's feeling good. Why on earth would he commit to a 30-year-old woman at all? Right? Because girls in their 20s are going to be showing him interest, right? If a guy's 35 looking good, right? We went back to that other woman in the video. I forget which one it was, guys, but, you know, she was trying to date that 35-year-old guy. And when he didn't want her, she just turned around and blamed him. A lot of these guys, man, they have their stuff together. They've been through it a few times. And quite honestly, you've ruined it for yourself because your 20-year-old self ruined it with that 35-year-old man that you now want. I hope these girls understand that, right? But they won't. They never will, but it is what it is. Can't wait for this clip, boys.
Sorry, y'all. I'm here because I've had one of those days. I've probably been ghosted now for the 850th time. Here's the thing. I'm a grown
850, guys. For those of you boys maybe not believing in the triple digits, I mean, in her own words, guys, she's been ghosted 850 times, and, you know, some of them might be conversations, but, you know, maybe we can assume that at least 100 of those have been more than conversations, right? We've got a lot of dudes out here who are like, triple digits? No way, that could never be true. Guys, you know, some of these girls, they're out here hitting triple digits.
woman. I only want what the universe has for me, what is meant for me. I don't want it if it's not meant for me. I don't want a man that goes. I talk to the spirits and...
So, dating in your 30s. Is anybody doing that successfully? I'm single. I have a home. I have a career. I got my dogs. I got good friends, good family. But I've had this awful situationship. I've been in an awful situationship for a little over a year and a half. This guy is like just devastated, humiliated me 4 times. 4 times too many. I had to...
This, man, anyone... Wow, that's crazy. This girl has been in a situationship for 1.5 years. Why would a guy take you seriously? Why would a guy come along and be like, you know what? We've been having bedroom fun now for 1.5 years. And now I think it's time. I really think that you've earned the position of wife. Like, no, guys. Like, these girls, I'm telling you, man, whether or not you realize it, these girls are single, right? I don't care if these girls are in a relationship, guys. I don't care if these girls have been seeing a dude. Like, they're all single, but simultaneously not at the same time, right? It's. I'm telling you guys, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. All of it.
Literally get him out of my bed last night because I found out he is not only sleeping with me, but he's sleeping with his ex-girlfriend while also trying to get with his friend who's a lesbian. He's like trying to make...
Yeah, it's almost like you don't have a relationship with the guy. That's wild, isn't it?
Like, not a lesbian anymore. I don't know. I just don't understand it. It's just men these days. I tried the Hinge thing and met a great guy, but then he was still married. It was cheaper to keep her. So, like, I have just a crippling fear. Complete crippling fear.
Look at that logic, by the way, guys. A lot of you will think that's terrible, but let's just move back a second. The guy that she met off of Hinge, and we're going to be wrapping up today's episode in a minute or two here, guys. I believe this is the last clip. But that guy he couldn't divorce his wife because he knew that the wife would try and take him for all of his crap. Right? That's basically marriage in the West, guys. You want to go out there, you want to get married? Absolutely terrible idea, okay? Because these girls can take all of your stuff, man. All of your stuff.
If I'm dating a man and he ghosts me, I 100% assume it's something about him and not me. Either he's dating somebody else, he's intimidated by me, he's emotionally unavailable, whatever it is, it's about him, not me. But if I ghost a man, make no mistake, it's because of something he did.
Wow. Absolutely nuts, guys. Absolutely crazy video. Gentlemen, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next one. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. With that being said, make sure you go and show some love to the editor of today's video, guys. You can find free Apple Watch wallpapers over on his website, www.applewatchfaces.io. Make sure you head over there, guys, and bookmark the tab to show some support for your boy. He's gone through the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together today's video, guys, so make sure to go and show him some support for what he has endured today. Take it easy, guys, and peace for real this time.